Probably one of the most popular cars to use on Tokyo Expressway is this DP100 Vision Gran Turismo from Aston Martin. Not the best looking car in the world, but with this livery, which everyone seems to be using on it, makes it look a lot better. I think a regular Aston Martin looks a lot better. Yeah, it's a very popular car to use. This isn't a glitched car or anything. This is just using the coding and how performance points works in this game in order to get it down lower. So all it's got is ballast and some tires, ballast, power and some tires. So we'll have a look. We'll go to the garage, car settings. As you can see, this gets to exactly 600 performance points on patch 1.25. For any future updates, all you'd want to do to change the performance points down to 600 is play around with the ballast and the power. So over here, obviously you can adjust the tires. Obviously you can put sports hards on there. That's what you'll need. You can only use sports hard. Can't adjust suspension, can't adjust the diff. This is 4-wheel drive. Can't adjust the downforce. You can adjust the ECU, and we've got the ECU at 72. And as you can see, peak power is well before redline, so you want to be shifting at peak, which is at 6,500 RPM. And you could use audio guides or audio. You could use your ears basically to figure out where to shift, or if you're in the bumper view in the track, you'll be able to see the RPM and where to shift. So there we got the ECU at 72%. We got ballast at 95 kilos all the way to the front, so minus 50, and we haven't used the power restrictor. So in this case, it should have 569 brake horsepower, 1,470 kilograms, 76.2 kilogram force meters of torque, and yeah, I guess we'll go on the track and see how this finds out. As you can see on the left right there, 569 horsepower at 6,500, and this has an 8,500 red line, so you want to be shifting real early. And well, actually no, this doesn't have 569 horsepower because I need to change the oil, so I'll let you know when we get to the track and see how much power this actually has. So I've quickly changed my oil. It's actually at 575 horsepower now, but the tune shouldn't change. So for those of you who don't know, you want to go to obviously world circuits. You want to go Asia, Oceania. You want to go to Tokyo Expressway, and you want to go to this one, World Touring Car 600. And obviously you want to enter in your car that you're using right now, and we'll let that load. As it's loading, just to let you know that these races, they tend to be very variable in terms of grip levels and how quickly the rain goes away. And also with this recent 1.25 update, they've adjusted it again because of the tire wear, so you don't have to pit anymore. So this can be a no stopper. Because you're shifting early, you're saving fuel, and also you're shifting early to go faster, so it's a win-win situation. You don't have to pit for fuel, and you don't have to change your tires. Whereas previously in 1.24, you may have had to change tires on like lap 9 or something, or otherwise you'll run out of tire and you'll just be spinning out everywhere. So let's go on a sighting lap. No fuel map changing. So as you can see, front view, you want to be shifting at 6,500, so you want to be shifting earlier. So that's what the car should sound like when you're shifting. Shifting a little bit later is fine. So obviously we'll catch up to these guys eventually. Track surface is going to be quite wet when you start. It's going to be just above to where racing tyres will start slipping. So we'll catch up to these guys really quickly. You can hit the walls now a little bit and not get penalties. You can grind the wall a little bit if you want. This should be getting... The fastest lap I've got in this is about 2:05. And you shouldn't really need any drive aids. Put it on traction control 1 if it helps you out, but none of the ASM or anti-stability, anti-skid or whatever it is. You don't need any of them. It's 4-wheel drive, it has enough grip. All you need to do is use the momentum around the corner. So you want to brake, let it turn in, accelerate, and obviously I accelerated too much there because the wheels started slipping. When it's raining, in the dry you'll be a lot better lap times. So yeah, you should be able to overtake the guy in first place in the NSX by lap 3 or something. In fact, you know what? To end the video off, we'll see how quickly I can get to first place. So right now we're in 8th. I've heard there's a couple of other good cars to use for this. The WRX Group B road car is a pretty good car for this track. The NSX I haven't got a tune to work that works particularly well. Oh, no one saw anything. No one saw anything. But as you can see, we've got front bumper damage. Otherwise, before the whole front suspension will be dead. GTR I think is too heavy and slow for this track. Doesn't really accelerate well past 100. Supra's too slidey. You'd probably want traction control on all the time driving that. So if you're lucky, you'll hit 190 on this straight. If you're lucky. I know there's another, there's a manual transmission glitch where if you put the manual transmission on, the fully customizable manual transmission, you can get lower performance points for racing. I know there's a and also if you don't put the body rigidity on the vehicle, it ends up glitching something as well. Like the original Alpine A220 tune that worked for this track really well. You didn't put body rigidity on it, it went to like 587 performance points or something. And there's an engine swap Lancia tune that's lurking about. That you can use. So as you can see, I'm just coasting through the corners, letting the car turn in, and then accelerating when I feel like I can. The thing is, you don't want to accelerate too early, or you'll be like blipping the throttle all the time, and you'll be slowing down, and you might need to brake mid-corner. You just want to let coast through the corner, and then when you feel comfortable, accelerate out so that you don't graze the wall or smack into a car that's coming out. So yeah, looks like we got to this guy quite early. This stupid Italian's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive driver. He'll smack into you, he'll pit maneuver you and everything. Very annoying, but he's in some of the other races as well. He's in the Sardinia race as well, but we overtake him very quickly because he's very slow on that. And I'm using my Escudo tune on that. But this is my sort of primary go-to method of making money. Your lap times, if you're a fairly competent driver, you should be averaging below 210, hopefully. Once you've done your first and second lap and gotten used to the car, you should be below 210. If you're a good driver, you'd be averaging 207s past lap 2. I'm not a good driver, so that won't be happening. But here we go, we overtake this guy. Might need to shift up, get an extra mile an hour. There we go. You can brake later. The brakes on this car are actually very good. I just braked too late for that corner. But yeah, you will, if you don't overtake everyone by this time, don't worry, because you'll overtake them when they pit, because you won't need to pit. I mean, look, we're on fuel map 1 and we've got 11 laps of fuel and we've done 2 laps, so we've got an extra lap of fuel just because we're shifting early, but we're not actively fuel saving. We're shifting early because we go faster, so it's a win-win situation. You can do this trick with anything with medium or low RPM turbos, where you have extra power at the low end and you can shift early to change to save fuel. If you end up making any homemade cars, like homemade Group 3s and stuff, like I've been doing the past couple of weeks in these races that we're hosting on Discords. But yeah, that's the tune. That's my ramble over. Hopefully you will enjoy driving this car, because I kind of enjoy driving this car. At first I thought, oh, it's pretty bad, but then I'm like, with the sports hards, it's actually got quite a lot of grip. So yeah, I'll finish this race off in the background. Hopefully this tune doesn't get patched by 1.26, but if it does, literally just adjust the tune in terms of weight and ballast to your liking, and that's it. Unless they mess up the tire dynamics again and make it so that tires don't change the performance points, then it might mess up every single tune everyone's ever made. But yeah, there we go, we'll cross the line. I'll start lap 4 and finish this race off. Like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever. Leave some comments down in the comments section, I don't know where else, and I'll see you in the next video.